Hello and welcome back to another episode of Into the 99, where we've got 99 cards because Commander's number one. I really got to find a spot that I like to cut that. But yeah, we're playing around with some new intro songs, and I'm joined as always with my good dear friends, the boys. I have both Sherman and Slothy with me. Sherman, how you doing?
I'm tired
You
and
look
still in
tired.
pain.
You
How are you
definitely
guys?
do look tired. I'm good. I've been busy all week. I've been basically catching up since that wedding stuff. So I've been
Yeah.
trying to fit everything else back in, but good. It's finally starting to come together. I got some big projects I'm working on in the personal life, and gotta move my studio stuff again too. It's all a big conundrum. And Slothy, how are you doing?
Oh, not too bad. It's been a very, very busy week. My dad's getting married later today, as of recording, actually. So been helping out get set up with that, and got exams next week for school already. So been busy, but pretty good.
That's good. Congrats there as well, and then also kill it on the exams. I'm sure you'll do very good.
Oh, thank you. I'll definitely try.
Yeah, I know we don't have a ton of time today, so let's I guess jump into quickly the deck first and foremost. Like I said, we're not doing spoiler stuff. I can't do 13 weeks in a row of spoiler stuff where it's just back to back. It's Spider-Man season. There's some cool Spider-Man decks, and if you want any of these really cool Spider-Man cards, bam, go over to houseofcards.ca, promo code IT99. You are going to get a wonderful discount. It's going to support a great store. It's going to get you cheap cards, and it's going to support us. How could you go wrong? Throw these sleeves in A armor if you like what we're doing. Like, share, subscribe, and come hang out on Patreon. Build decks with us. And with that, let's get into a Spider-Man one, because there are some actually pretty cool cards for it. So without further ado, Sherman, what are we talking about?
So I was going through the spoilers, seeing what cards there are, and this brought up an idea for me. And I decided to go with it. So I'm building around Peter Parker. Okay. The OG Spider-Man, pretty much. So Peter Parker is one in white. He's a legendary creature, human scientist hero. That's a 0/1. And when Peter Parker enters, create a 2/1 green spider creature token with reach. It also has for one in band, so one in a green, white, blue. You can transform Peter Parker, activate only as a sorcery. Keep in mind, you can also just cast him for his other side. And his other side is the amazing Spider-Man for, once again, one in a band. Legendary creature, spider, human, hero. That's a 4/4 that has vigilance and reach. Now, each legendary spell you cast, legendary, okay? Legendary spell you cast that one or more colors has web slinging. That's a cost of green, white, and blue. You may cast a spell for its web slinging cost if you also return a tapped creature you control to its owner's hand. So this is a really crazy ability. I know a lot of people are going to build like outrageously strong decks for this. I'm, like usual, building a theme janky deck, okay? Because when I was going through the spoilers, they actually created a card that's called Parker Luck. And for those that don't know what the Parker Luck is, okay, Parker Luck is not in this deck because it's black, okay? But basically, Parker Luck is something that's in the comics, in the shows, and everything, where Peter Parker always runs into bad luck. Like something good happens and then something bad happens. So he gets a new job, but he loses it because he has to go fight, or he's always late or something like that. He saves the day, but J. Jonah Jameson, like, and Red social media is just yelling at him. Like basically, anything he does as Spider-Man, his personal life suffers. And if every single time he tries to quit being Spider-Man, he always gets pulled back. So it was a tool for the comic writers to bring everything back to status quo. So it's like, if you win $1 million, well, you lose $1 million, within like the next like 10 panels kind of deal.
Yeah, so it kind of balances itself out.
Yeah. So we're going to try to represent this in two ways. Okay. First way is like most of our interaction has to have some sort of consequence or something that the opponent benefits from. So I don't have things like Disenchant or Corrosive Grip. Things that are just like straight up exile, destroy, and then that's it.
Mhm.
So, but things like Generous Gifts, Beats Within, Swords of Plowshares, like you get a benefit from the other side.
I like that.
The
So
second way is just rolling dice and hoping that everything works for you.
I like the
Because
theme of this one.
yeah, because for that
Mhm.
one, even in the show, in the comics and everything, like Spider-Man will be like, "Hey, like I have this answer. Here's this gadget or whatever," and he'll use it in battle, and it's like, okay, it works the one time, or it's not strong enough, and you know, or it's too strong and it destroys like half the the building or whatever. Like you don't know what's going to happen. He tries to dial it in here and there, but sometimes stuff happens, right?
Yeah.
So
I
those
could
are the themes we're gonna go with.
I was gonna say really quickly, I can see how the allure of building a degenerate deck with this is there. Use Bant, throw out Vorinclex, throw out Jin-Gitaxias, Elish Norn. I get it.
Yeah. There's so many ways, like throwing like all these things. Like we went a little bit over budget, just because like it is more of a theme deck. I'm trying to have some fun, so
It's
because
still
of
not a
that, I
horrible
try
budget
not.
though.
Yeah, it's not a bad budget. It's around $160, but like I try to keep it budget, but at the same time, like when I have theme like decks, I throw budget out the window most of the time.
It was fair.
So,
Mhm.
but let's start off here with ramp.
Yeah, I'll start us off. We have our Animist Awakening. It's X and a green. Reveal the top X cards of your library. You put all land cards among them onto the battlefield tapped, and the rest on the bottom in a random order. If there's two or more instances and or sorceries, you untap those lands.
uh, then we've got our good old Avacyn's Pilgrim, single green for a 1/1 human monk. You can tap to add a white.
And then we get into a little bit more pricey stuff. So we have a Birds of Paradise. It's for a single green, 0/1, flying bird. Tap it to add 1 mana of any color. So you can see like how the prices are very, very, very different. We have a card that's 250 or $2.50. The other one has $1, and then the next one's like $6. Like it just all over the place, right? So
In fairness, though, most people do have some of this stuff just kind of kicking around, right?
yeah,
I
and
mean,
that's what I'm hoping for. Like most of these that I'm throwing in, hopefully most people have picked up or do have or something like along those lines. So
you didn't uh, jump all the way up to the Delighted Halfling, which side note would be a phenomenal card for this because the web slinging creatures can be countered.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
But that would jump up way, way high.
it's a
There's
$20 card.
the same
Yeah,
thing. No, you
exactly.
could do like Noble Hierarch and stuff as well. And
Yeah. So I got a Nova Hierarchy in here, and we'll get to
let's
it. But like
go.
Delighted Halfling, like I don't have Delighted Halfling in here just because like you have too many powerful cards. It's just like
I didn't really open a ton of the Lord of the Rings stuff. It's really funny. So the only I have two Delighted Halflings collection wide, and they're both in terrible decks. They're both, one is in the Hobbit food deck, which again is a pretty good. It's a pretty good deck out of the box, but you know what I mean. To have one of two Delighted Halflings there, and then the other is in my illegal like Meridoc and Pippin deck. That one or whatever. Meridoc and Rosie.
Oh,
Sorry. So yeah,
yeah,
so I
yeah.
have one in an illegal Lord of the Rings deck, and then one in the food deck. That's it. That's all the Delighted Halflings for me.
That illegal deck you made was a lot of fun to play again.
Oh, I love that deck so much. It's so fun. We have right here a Cryptolith Right, 1 and a green, and this is going to be one of the better cards in the deck because creatures you control have tapped, add 1 mana of any color, which lets us get that tap out. We can tap them 4 mana, use them as the web slinging cost, and then also return them now that they're tapped.
yeah, it's fun to loop the legendaries constantly doing that.
Yeah.
So,
Then we've got Cultivator's Caravan, 3 mana for a 5/5 vehicle. You can tap it to add 1 mana of any color, and it's got crew for 3.
it's mana fixing, and we get to tap anything, so why not? The next one is gonna be an Elvish Mystic for a single green. Is an Elf Druid, that's a 1/1, and you can tap for a green mana.
We have our Elysian Caryatid. I really like this card too, always. It's 1 and a green for a 1/1 plant. You tap it, add 1 mana of any color. If you control a creature with 4 or greater, you add 2 mana of any one color instead. I really, really like that low ramp, but also good later.
Then we've got Llanowar Elves, single green for a 1/1 Elf Druid. You can tap it for a green.
And then we finally come to a Noble Hierarch that we mentioned before. We have a single green. For a human druid, that's a 0/1, it has Exalted, which does matter a little bit. And you can tap to add either a green, white, or blue.
Uh, I didn't know that it got such a aggressive reprint. I'm used to this card being much more expensive.
Mhm.
Yeah, like when I used to play Modern, like Noble Hierarchy used to be like a $90 card to $110.
When it's all played, I'm still used to seeing it at like a $30-$40 price tag, right? So at like $11, it's pricey, but it is a great drop in this deck, right?
Yeah, like it is fantastic, but like we have to appreciate the fact that it was reprinted quite a bit. And as much as I hate seeing the price drop like that for my for my collection, I kind of like it because it just you give more access to everyone, and it makes the game more fair, more fun in a sense.
Well, yeah, when people can
Yeah.
actually like build and afford the game, then it's not,
Yeah,
you know, it's not fun to. That was like my big problem with like Tarmogoyf. I hate seeing the price of the Tarmogoyfs in my collection now because they've printed this into wood. But
the token now.
but it is a token now. It's really funny. But it is like nice to see people actually be able to like access it and put it into like silly decks and stuff. I've seen Tarmogoyf start to like see like play in commander stuff, so it's fun to. There's just a lot of graveyard shenanigan decks, right?
Yeah.
So,
Mhm. Well,
but
that and Disa really helped as well.
yeah, Disa was also very cool. That whole set in general was good. That was one of the master sets, right?
Oh, Modern Horizon.
Modern Horizons. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's basically a master set in my mind. Yeah, no, you have a lot of like so far, even just our first few lines here, you do have a lot of great like one drop options, really, really explosive turn one kind of start kind of things. That isn't just relying on Soul Ring, right?
Yeah.
I like it. We've got our Ornithopter of Paradise here, 2 colorless for an artifact thopter, 0/2 flyer that has tap for 1 mana of any color.
Then we've got Paradise Druid, 1 and a green for a 2/1 elf druid. Has hexproof as long as it's untapped, and you can tap it for 1 mana of any color.
Then we got our traditional Soul Ring for single mana, tap to add double. Sorry, double colorless.
And our last one is our Sylvan Caryatid in the ramp. 1 and a green for a 0/3 plant, defender, hexproof, and taps to add 1 mana of any color.
So as you can see, we have a lot of ramp in the deck because we want to like get these creatures out, and they're the ones that are going to be tapping, so they're going to be returning to our hand, and then we're going to have to cast them again anyways.
Mhm.
So we need that extra boost because of that.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, because you
and
do have
then
to recast. Even if they're one drops, it is still it's still like a little tax on them, right?
yeah. So and then we get into our legendary creatures. I try to once again, I try to make the legendary creatures where like they're easily accessible for most players. I don't want to do like, here's an Avacyn, here's an Emrakul, stuff like that. You know, nothing like that. Like you can totally do stuff like that. I'm not saying you can't, but it makes it more interesting. Like I'm trying to build fun decks. If you build unfun decks, what's the point of playing? Because you're not going to have anyone to play with.
Yeah. I will
Mhm.
say, cracking right into it, Achroma in every version of Achroma is one of my favorite artworks in all of Magic. There's not a single artwork of any Achroma that I don't like. It's, I think, probably one of the cards that drew me like the hardest into actually playing instead of just like having these cards when I was younger. Just
Yeah.
Mhm.
just every version of Achroma just looks so cool. Oh, yeah. Do you want me to read Achroma here? Or?
Well, I don't know. Whose turn is it?
I think it would be Slothy here. I'm just all happy sorting through the Achromas.
Yeah, sure. We got Achroma Angel of Wrath, 5 and triple white for a 6/6 legendary creature angel. Flying, first strike, vigilance, trample, haste, protection from black and from red.
That's a
Okay.
big problem to drop out at Bant.
But it's a fun card that you don't see people play often,
I know. That's why
right?
I like to see stuff like that.
Yeah. You see the memorial often, but you don't see the
Mhm.
Angel of Wrath often.
Well, again, even a 6/6 flyer coming out for the 3 mana the Bant, right? That's already going
Yeah.
to be a hard thing to deal with. But again, the fact that it's packing like it's now a blocker attacker that's trampling pro black pro red, it's getting through someone.
Yeah. So the next card that we have here is going to be Boromir, Warden of the Tower for one. Sorry, 2 and a white. It's 3 mana cost. A legendary creature, human soldier that's a 3/3 has vigilance. When an opponent casts a spell, if no mana was spent to cast it, counter that spell. Very useful. Sacrifice Boromir. Creatures you control gain indestructible until end of turn. The ring tempts you, which fine, we don't care about the ring.
Yeah, we're not so much a ring tempts you deck.
Yeah.
Next, we have our Chule and Teller of Tales, which is going to be a monster in this deck. 2 and a Bant for a legendary human druid 2/4 with vigilance. Whenever you cast a creature spell, you draw, and the Spider-Man is you cast it for web slinging. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
So you are getting a lot of draw, and it's a monster draw engine for Bant. Basically, you're paying nothing, and then you can pay 3 and a tap. Oh yeah, sorry. Whenever you cast it, you draw. Then you may put a land from your hand on the battlefield, which is great. Again, then 3 and a tap. Return target creature you control to its owner's hand. So it's going to let you, if you have any ETB themes kind of thing, it's going to let you do that. But it's also going to let you just bring back creatures. Somebody tries to get your Acroma, for instance. I'll just bring it back and then Bant it out again.
This is also one of the reasons why for this deck I chose nothing but legendary creatures. I don't have legendary sorceries, legendary artifacts, and whatnot. Just because it's easier to pull back stuff that way.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, you could do stuff like the Urza's Ruinous Blast and exile everything in this deck.
you could, but
Yeah.
I have different board wipes this time.
You have morals? You like your
Not
friends?
really. Once you see the board wipe.
We'll see.
Next up here, we've got Galta and Mavrin. 3 double green, double white for a 12/12 legendary creature dinosaur vampire. With trample, whenever you attack, you can choose one. Create a tapped and attacking XX green dinosaur creature token with trample, where X is the greatest power among other attacking creatures. Or you can create X 1/1 white vampire creature tokens with lifelink, where X is the number of other attacking creatures.
Yeah, that's a cool card.
I love this card so much.
Yeah. This is such
Being
a
able to play it for
card.
3 is a problem.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
but
Yeah. But what?
I love it.
It's a silly card. It's fun. Yes, it can be devastating on like turn 3, turn 4. I totally understand. Okay. So, but you know what? It's a fun card, and people should be playing removal anyways. So
I was gonna say
I
there
fully agree.
you do have a ton of ramp. This is a realistic turn 3 drop in this deck.
yeah.
Hilarious. So anyways, Galta and Mavrin pass.
Yeah.
me with a tapped Sky Diamond.
I'm in
That's a-
danger.
That's
And
pretty
that's
good.
the thing. You can like go either way. You can either do the dinos and just stompy, or if you're in trouble, just create a bunch of life links and just gain some life constantly, like you don't care.
Mhm.
So
True.
the next card is a little bit of devastating. It's gonna be God Eternal Oketra for 3 double white. Legendary creature zombie god that's a 3/6 and has double strike. Whenever you cast a creature spell, create a 4/4 black zombie warrior creature token with vigilance. And when God Eternal Oketra dies or is put into exile from the battlefield, you may put it into its owner's library third from the top.
It's such a brutal card to remove. You basically need a Chaos Warp on this thing.
Pretty much.
Or a Kenra's Transformation or something like that,
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's again a 3/6 double striker is pretty decent. Got a good body on it, but the tokens it pumps out, the fact you can't really remove it, the fact that even if you do remove it, you're gonna keep just putting it out for this Bant.
Yeah. But
Right.
you're still saving the mana, right? So
I am personally glad I got this next card. It's Inga and Asika, and it's what I think is possibly the silliest artwork in Magic the Gathering. And I love it, and I want a giant poster of it so badly every time I see it. I immediately, when I saw this, I built this deck for my wife. I was just like, this is just funny artwork, like just the big cat chariot, because everything else is drawn like normal Magic the Gathering fantasy. The rainbows, the characters, chariot, the big world spine, and then it's just 2 pretty realistic looking cats with a little crown. I like it. It's not. I know it's their hardest, but it looks like just a cat with a big crown. It looks. I don't know. I think it's silly every time I see it. It's one of my favorite artworks. I'm gonna pull it up on the screen here, even more. But yeah, Inga and Asika is a legendary creature human god for 2 1 green 1 blue 4/4. Creatures you control have vigilance, and they all tap for 1 mana of any color. Spend it only to cast creature spells. Great for us. Whenever you cast a creature spell, if 3 or more mana from creatures was spent to cast it, draw a card, which is going to trigger every time on our Bant.
yes.
Yeah. But it's
It's planned that way.
the silliest artwork. I love it so much.
Uh,
We'll be right back. Ever wondered what a rhythm-based stealth game with dinosaurs might look like? Or a farming sim in space with zombies? Welcome to the Gaming Blender podcast. I'm Matt, and with my co-host Scott, we take a random game genre and random game mechanics, blend them all up, and pitch wild, totally hypothetical games you've never heard of, and maybe shouldn't. New episodes every other week. Hit play and unleash your inner game dev. No coding required. Search the Gaming Blender on your favorite podcast app now.
Next up, we've got Karametra, God of Harvest. 3 green and a white for a 6/7 legendary enchantment creature god with indestructible. As long as your devotion to green and white is less than 7, Karametra isn't a creature. Whenever you cast a creature spell, you may search your library for a forest or plains card, put it on the battlefield tapped, and then shuffle your library.
Another very devastating card in this deck.
I've honestly got to say you're hitting like a ton of my favorite creatures. You've got your Karametra, you've got your Acroma. The next one's one of my favorite. I built like 3 or 4 of the decks. You got Inga and Asika. You got the lore. I really like your legendary creature section so far. You're Daniel approved on this one.
Yeah, it's a fun. Honestly, it's a fun deck. Like I've play tested it a few times, through like the play tester on Architect, and it is really fun. So, the next card he is talking about is going to be Kona Rescue Beastie. We actually did a deck tech for this, I believe. 3 and a green for a Beast Survivor. That's a 4/3. It has survival. At the beginning of your second main phase, if Kona Rescue Beastie is tapped, you may put a permanent card from your hand onto the battlefield. That's really broken in this deck.
Another great cheat out card. I'm a fan. I'm liking what you're doing. The next one is one that I haven't played yet myself. It's Omega Heartless Evolution. We've got 5/1 blue, 1 green for an 8/8 legendary artifact creature robot with wave cannon. When Omega enters, for each opponent, tap up to 1 target non-land permanent that opponent controls. Put X stun counters on each of those permanents, and you gain X life, where X is the number of non-basic lands you control. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, looping this constantly is really devastating because, like, even if you have, like, let's say, like, 4 non-basic lands, right? That's four stun counters on 4 permanents, and you're gaining X life or 4 life constantly, right? So, like, I built this as a commander, and I took it apart because it's just devastating because you're constantly, like, I was blinking it constantly, so I was gaining a lot of life and tapping down everything, and they're stun counters, right? So when you untap, you just remove a stun counter. So you just like basically like keep going, and it's an 8/8. It's devastating.
The other thing too is that you can realistically, again, nearly every card in this deck can be a turn 3 drop with how much like 1 drop ramp you have in the deck. So realistically, you can drop this out and lock people's Soul Ring down, even stun counter it for 1 or 2 turns on like turn 2, turn 3. That kind of puts if I only kept the hand because I had like a Soul Ring land cultivate, and it gets like locked down and I can't use those things anymore, that kind of wrecks my game plan, right? That is a big ability.
Yeah, but it's fun.
Next up here, we've got Raph Capuchin, Ship's Mage. 2 white blue for a 3/3 legendary human wizard with flash and flying, and you may cast historic spells as though they had flash. I really like this inclusion in here.
Yeah, it's a nice surprise considering that like a few of these legendary creatures can protect our stuff at the same time. So speaking of which, that kind of goes with the next card here. It's going to be Shalai, Voice of Plenty for 3 and a white. It's an angel that's a 3/4 that has flying. You, planeswalkers you control, and other creatures you control have hexproof. And for 4 and double green, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control.
That's definitely not so bad too with how much mana you have. But also, like I said, you have a laundry list of my favorite creatures. I love Shalai. Shalai and Halar is also a fun card. But yeah, Shalai, Voice of Plenty was one of my first. It was my first Elves and Angel commander before I switched over to Selvala. And then the same thing. The next card I have 3 separate decks of, and all 3 of them I've like paid for custom artwork on because I love the next card so much. We have our Tatiova Benthic Druid. 3/1 green, 1 blue for a 3/3 Merfolk Druid, and it's just such a simple but great ability. Landfall, whenever a land you control enters, you gain a life, you draw a card. It's just a great card.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you get the card draw, you get the life gain. It's really, really nice.
Mm-hmm. Next up, we've got Teshar, Ancestors Apostle. 3 and a white for a 2/2 legendary bird cleric with flying. Whenever you cast a historic spell, return target creature card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield.
We have a lot of mana dorks.
Yeah.
So this actually does put in work. Sorry?
And Boromir as well. You can keep your stuff indestructible for a while.
Yeah. So fun times. This comes down to our last legendary creature. Okay. It's gonna be Zetalpa, Primal Dawn. We all have a Zetalpa, so I'm not worried about people not being able to get this. But for 6 double white, it's a legendary creature that's an Elder Dragon that's a 4/8. It has flying, double strike, vigilance, trample, and indestructible. This is an annoying card.
Yeah.
It's got 14 printings.
Yeah. Zetalpa's in everything.
Yeah. Hence why I threw him in, right?
Yeah.
So everyone should have one.
Zetalpa is like in anything. Like you buy a commander deck, Zetalpa. You go to the grocery store, Zetalpa. Like it's in every Modern Masters set. You better bet they're putting any Zetalpa. Commander Masters, what about Zetalpa?
Getting one of those profile art Zetalpas as a rare in a master set would feel so bad.
Is there a profile art of it?
I don't think so, but
there is not.
I'm shocked. I am stunned that it hasn't been with how much they basically, if any commander deck involves white, they're just like, it's getting as a Zetalpa. And you're like, this is bird clerics. What are we talking about? And they're like, oh, it's just got wings.
He's got wings. He's in the air. He's close enough.
Added to the list. It and 45 mana. Bam. Commander deck design team.
There you go.
I do got to say, I love you.
Cast your Zetalpa.
That's funny. That is true, I guess. I do really, really like your legendary creature section. It's pretty cool.
It's nice and simple, nothing overpowered, but still powerful, right? Once again, we don't have to build a degenerate deck. We don't have to put in degenerate things. These are strong things. They're fun. They're interactive. You give your opponents a chance still, right? We're trying to have fun. We're casual. We're just trying to play the game with people. Whether we win or lose, we don't care. We're just there to have fun.
Yeah, I like that. I would definitely stockpile this with legendary creatures, but that's because I don't put any removal or anything in. So yeah, if you were to build the deck in my style, take every other card in the deck and just add it, even lands. Take every other deck, make it all legends. Next we go into our card advantage because you do want to draw a bunch. We have our Beast Whisperer to start it off. 2 double green. It's an elf druid 2/3. Whenever you cast a creature, draw.
Then we've got Behold the Multiverse. 3 and a blue for an instant. Scry 2, then draw 2 cards, and it has Foretell for 1 and a blue. I love the Foretell mechanic.
I do too. It was one of the best. They really have to revisit it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The next one we have is going to be Cut a Deal for 2 and a white. Sorcery. Each opponent draws a card. Then you draw a card for each opponent who drew a card this way.
I love all these like white, like you draw a card, an opponent draws a card. I like group hug stuff, right?
Yeah.
And it's very on theme, like you said, of the Parker luck. We have Eureka Moment next. 2/1 green, 1 blue. For an instant, you draw 2 cards, and you may put a land from your hand onto the battlefield.
Then we've got Frantic Search. 2 and a blue. Instant. You can draw 2 cards, discard 2 cards, and untap 3 land.
You know how to put it in. It's one of my favorite cards.
Oh, absolutely.
Next one is a fun one for this deck. It's going to be Ghastly Discovery for 2 and a blue. It's a sorcery. You draw 2 cards and discard a card, but it has Conspire. So Conspire, as you play this card, you may tap 2 untapped creatures you control that share a color with it. When you do, copy it.
Ooh.
Yeah, I like that a lot. Gives you the tap, gives you an extra spell version of it.
Yeah. Do I have many blue creatures? Not really. That's besides the point.
That's fair.
There's a chance. Parker luck.
I like it. We've got our Growth Spiral next. What's this artwork from? Oh, this is Duskborn. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Green and a blue. It's an instant. You draw a card, and you may put a basic land. You may put a land from your hand on the battlefield. Think if it was only basic, that would suck.
Yeah, imagine.
Yeah.
I'd
Yeah,
still play it. I'd still play it in a bunch of decks.
yeah, that's fair.
Then we've got Guardian Project, 3 and a green for an enchantment. Whenever a non-token creature enters the battlefield under your control, if it doesn't have the same name as another creature you control or creature card in your graveyard, draw a card.
Yeah.
Then, yep. Then, like it is one of the more expensive cards. It's kind of really strong in here, so like hopefully you can find one. The next card here is pretty strong too. It's gonna be Season of Growth for 1 and a green enchantment. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, you scry 1. Whenever you cast a spell that targets a creature you control, you draw a card.
Yeah. I was going to say really quickly, that Guardian Project really does put in extra work because of how often you're returning and then recasting these dorks.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's a big draw engine because that's all, you're always going to do your 1-drops, right, to bring back if you can.
Yeah.
Which turns like every turn, spend 4 mana, draw 2 cards. You refill your hand real quick that way.
Pretty much.
Next, we have our Secret Rendezvous. And others of these cards I was saying I love. 1 double white, you and target opponent each draw 3 cards. I love making buddies.
Like I said, everything you do has is helping someone else. We're trying to push the game along, but at the same time we're trying to get advantage for it as well.
Mm-hmm. Rounding out this section here, we've got you find the villain's lair. 1 double blue for an instant. You can choose 1, foil their scheme, counter target spell, or learn their secrets, draw 2 cards, then discard 2 cards.
It's thematic. Come on.
It absolutely is.
Yeah.
Like, all right. So those are 3 sections. We've covered a third of the deck. Now we're getting to the fun stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'll start off here. Section number 4 is gonna be Luck Be a Lady tonight. And we get Arcane Endeavor for our very first card. That's 5 double blue. It's a sorcery. Roll 2d8 and choose 1 result. Draw cards equal to that result. Then you may cast an instant or sorcery spell with mana value less than or equal to the other result from your hand without paying its mana cost. Chances of this happening, like where you can do both at the same time, 50-50. I don't have that many instances of sorceries, but I have enough.
I kind of like it. Again, the fact that you can rock a draw 8 is pretty cool.
Yeah. And I love this card. I love the artwork. Like, side tangent, like I love it because like one of the chess YouTubers that I watch a lot and everything, Daniel Naroditsky, he has a he uses this artwork for one of his clips. So yeah.
It is cool artwork.
It is. So it was for one of his speed runs where his name was Oh No All My Lands.
Yeah.
And he was doing for the Jovava London course that he was promoting.
Okay.
God, I can't believe I remember that.
Fun little lore. Next we have our Ardent Angel, 4 double white. It is an angel for 4. At the beginning of your upkeep, if Ardent Angel is in your graveyard, roll a 4-sided die. If the result is 1, you return it from your graveyard to the battlefield. I do like that. What is that from?
I don't know. It's
a secret lair drop. Yeah.
It's a secret lair drop, and then it's from
Sega Dreamcast cards. Yeah.
Yeah. I've never
Jeez
seen this
Louise.
card. In all honesty, I've never seen it. I just ran across it when I was building this. I'm like, hey, this seems like fun. Let's throw it in.
Not even an expensive card, too. I like it.
Yeah, it's only like $7.50. It's not bad.
Again, the fact that it just keeps coming back is really fun. I do like to roll dice. You've got me on the dice rolling part.
Next up here, we've got Bag of Tricks. 1 and a green for an artifact. You can pay 4 and a green and tap it to roll a d8. Reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal a creature card with mana value equal to the result. Put that card on the battlefield and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order.
That's fun.
I like it.
There is a chance that we can whiff on this. Because if you look at the previous card, the Ardent Angel, I think that's the only one that has a casting cost of 6. So if we roll a 6 and Ardent Angel is on the battlefield or in the graveyard, we're gonna whiff.
That's fair.
Parker luck.
Exactly.
The next card is Bamboozling Beeble. For a single blue, it's a 1/1 Beeble that has protection from robots. For a 1 in a tap, the next time target player would roll 1 or more dice this turn. Instead, they roll that many dice plus 1, and you choose one of those rolls to ignore. You gotta manipulate it a little bit here.
Yeah, I like it. It's you have enough that this is actually worth it, which is fun.
Yeah.
Next we have our Buckner's Ever Full Purse, which is another card I love. 2 colorless for an artifact. You pay 1 on a tap, roll a d4, and create a number of treasure tokens equal to the result. The player to your right gains control of Buckner's Ever Full Purse.
Passing around cards like this is extremely fun. So, and I hope more and more people do things like this.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Then we've got Cone of Cold. 3 and a blue for sorcery. You can roll a d20. You go 1 to 9, tap all creatures your opponents control. 10 to 19, tap all creatures your opponents control. Those creatures don't untap during their controller's next untap step. And if you get a natural 20, tap all creatures your opponents control. Those creatures don't untap during their controller's next untap steps. And until your next turn, creatures your opponents control enter the battlefield tapped.
That's still good.
Yeah.
Baldur's Gate was so good.
It's a devastating card. Baldur's Gate was great. This card can take out an opponent for you, because when you look at the legendary creatures, a lot of them are high powered, right? So you might not be able to take out all 3, but you can take out at least one person and just go from there. And then yes, you are the problem. So
well, they also miss an untap, right? So you might be able to kill me and Slothy in a game like this.
Yeah, and hopefully if you get a 20, then you can just take out everyone. Hopefully.
Yeah, everything entering tapped also is rough.
Yeah. The next card here is going to be Contact Other Plane for 3 and a blue. It's an instant. Roll a d20. 1 through 9, you draw 2 cards. 10 through 19, you scry 2, then draw 2 cards. Then if you hit that natural 20, scry 3, then draw 3 cards. Great card. Such a fun card.
Yeah.
Love the art on this one.
That is cool artwork.
Yeah.
I do have to say, big fan of this section. Very fun. I like silly decks. Next we've got our Contraband Livestock, which is so fun. 1 and a white. Exile target creature, then you roll a d20. 1 to 9, its controller gets a 4/4 green ox, which again is probably coming at you if you've exiled their creature. 10 to 19, they get a 2/2 green boar, and a nat 20 turns it into a 0/1 white goat.
It's a fun card. But this is what I mean. There's going to be consequences to every action, right?
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
Then we've got Diviner's Portent. X triple blue for an instant. Roll a d20, then add the number of cards in your hand. 1 to 14, you can draw X cards, and 15 plus, you scry X and then draw X cards.
Pretty good.
Chances are you will get the 15 plus. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
That's a big scry too.
Yeah.
And again, worst case scenario, it's basically just a mini Blue Sun Zenith.
Yeah. So, the next one we have here is Nether's Puzzle Ward for 3 and a blue. It's an enchantment. It has Focus Beam. At the beginning of your upkeep, roll a d4. Scry X, where X is the result. Has perfect illumination. When you roll a dice highest natural result, you draw a card. That's at any time we roll the highest amount, we get to draw a card. So.
I like it. This is again, I think this is a fun section. Like I said, I would have put in more legendary creatures, but I'm getting it. I'm understanding the vision.
Yeah.
Here we have a Revivify. 2 and a white. Roll a d20 and add the number of creature cards in your graveyard that were put there this turn from the battlefield. It's an instant. 1 to 14. You return all creature cards in your graveyard that were put there from the battlefield this turn to your hand. 15 plus, you return them from your graveyard to the battlefield, which is pretty rough. You generally don't look at Bant as the reanimation color. So having a devastating board wipe go off and then somebody pays 3 mana, Second Sunrise, Revivify, any of these things, it's always rough to be like, ooh, I made an enemy. Oh, I messed up.
Yeah.
Oh.
White has a lot of reanimation stuff. Just people just don't play them.
Yeah, they've got a decent amount of things.
Yeah, like they always have. They just people just do not. They don't do that with White. They just do other things. So
next up here we've got Song of Inspiration. 3 double green for an instant. You can choose up to 2 target permanent cards in your graveyard. Sorry. Choose up to 2 target permanent cards in your graveyard, roll a d20, and then add the total mana value of those cards. 1 to 14, return them to your hand. Or 15 plus, return those cards to your hand, and you gain life equal to their total mana value. You got a lot of big boys in here.
I know. It's fun. It's fun.
Being able to just guarantee at least a 16 is kind of hilarious.
Yeah. So like we might as well gain some life at the same time. We have cards here throughout the deck that gain us life here and there from time to time. So this one is just one of those where just we get a massive amount. We don't care what happens to those cards.
Yeah.
We just want the life gain in a sense.
It's just a nice piece of recursion, right? You have a lot of permanents in the deck.
Yeah. The next card is really, really, really fun. It's the Deck of Many Things for 5 mana. It's a legendary artifact. Okay, so we have one legendary artifact like Sumi, guys. Okay.
It is fun. It is fun that you can bat this out.
Yeah, it is fun that you can ban this out. All right. We're mainly focused on legendary creatures, but we have a legendary artifact. Okay, I know I said there's should be none, but I forgot that this was legendary. All right, so leave me alone. Anyways, for 2 and tapping it, you roll a d20 and subtract the number of cards in your hand. If the result is 0 or less, discard your hand. Now 1 through 9, return a card at random from your graveyard to your hand. 10 through 19, draw 2 cards. And if you get that 20, put a creature card from any graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. When that creature dies, its owner loses the game.
It's so rough to see this in a sacrifice deck when you get it out and I Ashnod's alter it away. Bye-bye.
But you have to hit that natural 20 though.
Accept your fate, coward. Please don't sacrifice it, please. I'm a fan. The Deck of Many Things is a card that's always hard to find. Obviously, you should go to House of Cards if you're looking for it. But I always am missing a bunch of these Deck of Many Things because it is just fun. There's not really a deck that it's not fun in, right? The fact that it's recursion at its worst, it's draw, or it's a really, really obnoxious lose condition is fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like it. It does not say you may though. So if no one else has, if somebody else can exile graveyards at instant speed, you might have to put one of yours out.
Yeah.
And then Ashnod's alter it away.
Uh-oh. Yeah.
There you go.
But I guess in this deck, you'd be safe because you'd just be I will just return it to my hand, and that is not dying. So chill out.
You should be okay.
Yeah, chill out. Yeah, right? The last one in the section is Wild Endeavor. We've got 4 double green for a sorcery. You roll 2d4 and choose 1 result. Create a number of 3/3 green beast creature tokens equal to that result. Then search your library for a number of basic lands equal to the other result. Put them onto the battlefield, tap, then shuffle. That's fun. Again, if you can hit 2D, if you can hit 4 twice, we're looking for luck. 4 3/3s and 4 lands for 6 mana is pretty good.
Yeah. Worst comes to worst, you spend 6 mana and you get a 3/3, 3/3 beast, and you get 1 basic land. But the high end, this is a very swingy deck.
You gotta look at the ceiling. Gotta look at the ceiling, right? You can't just play on the floor. Come on, one more roll.
One more roll, just one more.
True.
So there are a lot more dice rolling mechanics in banned colors, but it's just some of them are just really crappy. So I'm no, we're just gonna stick with these.
The problem is even we love to build silly decks. That's one of our favorite things to do as a group. I like silly decks, but I also like it to be functional, right? I don't want it to just be too into the silly category, right? And again, a banned dice rolling deck that's also a legendary creatures deck. It's kind of got a lot of plates to balance in the air, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But I think you've done a great job so far with these sections. You're good on your ramp. You're good. So I'm a fan. I'm all right with it.
Yeah, we don't have many cards left. We have maybe 15 or so, something like that. So, but The next section is something, that you guys always see me doing. It's called interaction.
Yuck.
All right, Dan, you can cover your ears for this.
Yeah. Me?
There you go.
I just refuse to participate in this section. It's I really should play more interaction, but again, everyone, I find really quickly, this is my current strategy for anyone who listens. Single target removal is very prevalent in the format, and so many people pack it. And if I don't pack it, that's a problem. If there's a problem at the table, someone else has to deal with it, or no one's dealing with it. But because I don't pack that removal, I can put more of my theme into my deck, and I'm usually ahead in the thing, and that's why I'm the problem that needs to be removed. I don't bring the removal, I bring more problems because I know that the table will generally solve it. And until people stop building with so much interaction, again, this deck is a low interaction for Sherman, and it's still 8. That's still a lot of cards.
It is low interaction for me.
It's very low interaction for you. Yeah. It's you do have like one like other counterspell up here. We could call it maybe not, but yeah, this is low interaction for you. And I'm still like, this is 8 more legendary creatures in my deck. In the Daniel version of this deck, this is 8 more legendary angels.
Yeah. Knowing you, yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is, I will who's starting us off here? Oh, that's I think Slothy.
Yeah. We got Arcane Denial first. 1 and a blue for an instant. Counter target spell. Its controller may draw up to 2 cards at the beginning of the next turn's upkeep. You draw a card at the beginning of the next turn's upkeep.
I'm always drawing those cards. Even if I die, even if I've got no deck, I'm drawing the cards. You counter my spell and it's time for me to die? That's okay. Draw time.
Take them from someone else's library.
Draw time, baby girl.
There you go. Next one's going to be your traditional Beast Within for 2 and a green. It's an instant that destroys target permanent. Its controller creates a 3/3 green beast creature token.
Yeah. Again, you're very on theme with your give and get.
Yep.
You could argue it looks a little Spawn-like in the artwork.
I can change that.
Yeah.
But think of it for more like, like Venom, or a Venom symbiote.
That's the one, yes, not Spawn.
Mm-hmm. There is a, what's his name, Lizard version of Beast Within.
Oh, cool.
Is there?
Let me see.
What one's it from? Do you know?
Yeah. But it's like the comic book version that they have. But it's $25, man.
Have you seen the Duskmorn version?
Oh yeah.
Terrifying. Oh yeah, I'm moving on. We have our excavation technique. I don't like that. I gotta change that back. It's creepy. Get out of here. All right, we're back to normal Beast Within. We have our excavation technique next. 3 and a white for a sorcery. It's got Demonstrate, which is again also one of my favorite mechanics in the game because I like to group hug everything possible. Demonstrates when you cast it, you may copy it, which I always will. If you do choose an opponent to also copy it, they may choose new targets for the copy and destroy target non-land permanent. Its controller creates 2 treasure tokens. You want to hit my own thing? That's fine. I'll get 2 treasure tokens out of it. But I always politics with this. Slothy, I'm not going to destroy your thing. Let's team up on Sherman and get some problems out of there.
I'm fine. You give me 6 treasures.
Fine. That's fine. 6 treasures, but you've lost everything else.
2
That's
legendaries
okay.
you can web sling.
That is true. You can web sling twice. I like it.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No. Next up, we got Fateful Absence. 1 and a white for an instant. Destroy target creature or planeswalker. Its controller investigates.
It seems like a fun removal card.
Yep.
Yeah.
Being hit with a planeswalker removal too is also rough because you never see that coming.
Yeah, it's I keep on seeing people play planeswalkers from time to time, so I'm like, I need to have something that removes planeswalkers.
Mm-hmm.
So we have a Beast Within. We have this. We also have the next card here. It's going to be Generous Gift for 2 and a white. It's an instant. Destroy targeted permanent. Its controller creates a 3/3 green elephant creature token.
Again, like you said earlier, if you're explaining the theme of this, I would like to listen. It's bad luck for me that you now have a 3/3, right? This is a downside for me.
Yeah.
I like it. This I don't have enough of these cards, and they're pretty up there in price, but they're great. Get Lost is 1 and a white. You destroy target creature, enchantment, or planeswalker, which is a phenomenal section. And its controller creates 2 map tokens. And who cares if they get a map token? Give them 10 map tokens. They're artifacts with 1 tap, sack it, target creature you control explores.
Yeah. So the chances are, it might bite you in the butt later on, or it might not. Who knows?
Yeah, I don't know. I've
the Parker luck.
I'm bad at. I don't really have good respect for explore decks. I'm sure there's great ones, but I've not come across them really. So to me, explore is kind of just a niche printed on a card mechanic every now and then.
So you're saying you should try building a deck around Explore.
Maybe I should. I'll find an Explore deck. I do have a Malia, but again, that's not really for exploring. That's just I want to blow everything up.
Well,
I don't even know if Amalia does explore. We're not looking at it. This is not Amalia deck. Back to what's what.
Next up, we've got Path to Exile. Single white for an instant. Exile target creature. Its controller may search their library for basic land card. Put that card on the battlefield tapped, and then shuffle.
Right. Then we come to our last one. It's going to be Swords of Plowshares for a single white instant. Exile target creature. Its controller gains life equal to its power.
Yeah.
So those are all the interactive cards that we have under interaction. Next part is board wipes. And I try to choose board wipes that you do not see often.
I like silly board wipes. Let's see our first one here. We have a Balancing Act. This is a cheap section 2, 457. 2 double white, sorcery. Each player chooses a number of permanents he or she controls equal to the number of permanents controlled by the player who controls the fewest, then sacks the rest. Each player discards cards from their hand down. That is really, really fun. If you're playing a deck where you're always like behind or you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, but that's the thing. We're always returning stuff to our hand from the battlefield. So everyone technically will have more cards out than us.
There's
this should be to an advantage for us.
Honestly,
unfortunately, we'll have to discard those cards because we'll have more cards than everyone else.
I was going to say, honestly, like mono white decks should play this more because this is a great way to just like rock the ramp player in your group to its core.
Like I want to play cards like Balance, but unfortunately Balance is banned. Okay, so I have to find other ways. This is just another way of doing it. It's just a little bit more fun.
Honestly, I'm taking a picture of it. It's going on the list of annoying cards I like to buy.
Like, I don't mean, how many people will actually play this in according to EDH Rec? Hang on. I didn't even double check that.
I was going to say it's probably not highly played, but that is the sacrifice.
0.04% of decks that can play it. It's in 1200.
I've noticed you've started going into that sacrifice theme of board wipes, and a lot of it is you know what I mean. There's heroic interventions so prevalent. Any of those, your permanents are indestructible things. Okay, that's all right.
Yeah,
your permanents are also in the graveyard. Start sacrificing. This is a cool card. I am going to buy a stack of these cards. That's awesome.
Slothy?
Yes. Next up, we've got Valiant Endeavor. 4 double white for sorcery. Roll 2d6 and choose one result. Destroy each creature with power greater than or equal to that result. Then create a number of 2/2 white knight creature tokens with vigilance equal to the other result.
Pretty good.
So there's a chance that this will only destroy your big creatures and no one else's.
Yeah,
I'm willing to take that risk.
You could also rock a board wipe and be left with 12 power on the board for 6 mana.
It's very true.
Pretty good.
Once again, we don't know. Let it ride.
Yeah. One more roll.
The last board wipe. We only have 3 board wipes, so I'm not being too mean here. It's gonna be Wave of Vitriol for 5 double green. Is a sorcery. Each player sacrifices all artifacts, enchantments, and non-basic lands he or she controls. For each land sacrificed this way, his controller may search his or her library for a basic land card and put it onto the battlefield tapped. Then each player who searched his or her library this way shuffles it.
I have some decks that cannot come back from a card like this.
I know.
In like there's some decks where I'm rocking just some real banger lands. It's a lot of dual lands. Like you hit my Sliver deck with this, and again, we know I don't have a counterspell in that. You hit my Sliver deck with this, I'm trying to play the rest of the game with I think 4 basic mana. I don't think I have a swamp in the deck because I was like, we don't cast enough of the black slivers.
Yeah, like this board wipe can win you the game. It's really crazy. Like it's a late game board wipe for a reason.
Yeah.
And it comes down to also like how many basics does everyone play with? Like I normally play with at least 20 minimum basics in my decks.
Not me.
I tend to play with more than that, but I try to go with that minimum 20 for this reason.
Yeah, I wish I did, but no, I'm not smart enough.
In this deck, you've got 18. It looks like.
Yeah. So, which is fine.
But
It's
you've got a
close to
ton.
that
You've got a
standard.
ton of ramp, right? So
Yeah.
but yeah, there's like I said, there's just a ton of decks that I have that just could not. Basically, my 5-color. I usually use like a pretty robust section of not basics, or a lot of times when I'm doing a budget thing, I still use the tap duels, the snow duels, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Because I'm fine with being a turn behind when I play a land. That's not a problem. But I don't have enough to late game replace them. That's rough.
The thing is with this board wipe is, as we keep on seeing people demand certain reprints from Wizards for like the Shocklands and all that stuff, and then we have like an abundance of reliquary towers, and like we're discovering that there's a lot of utility lands that are out there now, and lots of people are playing with utility lands, right? So it's like close to like 50% of their lands are utility lands. Unless they're like monocolor.
I do
right?
have decks that really do need that reliquary tower out.
Yeah, a lot of people do.
Yeah, like it's a lot of those Tatiova decks I was talking about, right? I'm running it's a game changer. I'm running crop rotation to go grab specifically that because I want to draw.
Yeah. You have the people that are playing like the Urza's lands. You have
that's so funny.
Yeah, you have Field of the Dead. You have Maze of Ith. You have a bunch of like even simple dual lands, like like people playing like Guild Gates.
I do like the Rocks and
Gates.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're getting rid of all of them and just being like, nope, you get monocolored lands instead. You get basic lands.
True.
I really, really enjoy that this hits non-basic lands because I feel that I really think that those need to be interacted with more.
It also again
we're stigma around. Sorry.
I was going to say really quickly, we are only focusing, and I do understand as well that the land destruction should be kind of a little more normalized because it's powerful. They keep putting power in the land zone, right?
Yeah. It's at the point where you've got your utility lands that are just as strong, if not stronger, than like artifacts or enchantments, and you're just supposed to not deal with them.
Yeah. I have one of my, it's a higher powered deck, very obviously. It's my Fibblethip deck. It's like a competitive deck. But I've got a Tabernacle in there, and people don't run land removal basically ever. You can't interact with me putting a Tabernacle on the field, other than to complain that I'm putting a Tabernacle, and everyone interacts with me that way. Because again, there's only one creature in Fibblethip. That's fine. I'll pay the one every turn.
Yeah.
Have fun with your Scoot Swarms. Go on, pay.
Yeah.
Right? It's but I was going to say we are focusing on the lands, and the land part does really wreck it. But there are a lot of decks that are like enchantment head. Like this deck is something that like a player like Brian, again, very hard to come back from because this is your big fortress of enchantments that you like to build is just gone, right? There's a lot of those, and again, it's sacrifice, so your enchantments being indestructible kind of don't matter. There's tons and tons of treasure players and like really good artifacts, and it's just bye-bye.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I like it. We have our utility section. Is that our last one?
That is going to be our last section before the lands.
Utilities. Let me crack into it here. We have Nerd Rage. 2 and a blue. Enchant creature aura. When it enters, you draw 2 cards. Great. Enchant creature you have no max hand size. And whenever this creature attacks, if you have 10 or more cards in hand, it gets 10/10 until end of turn. That's actually a great card that I have not seen. And there's a lot of decks that I like. I really like Mono Blue Kefnet, for instance. So like Mono Blue Kefnet becomes like a 15/15.
Mm-hmm.
That's a problem.
Nerd Rage is actually kind of a hard card to find.
all of the Fallout stuff was really not printed enough.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I've been trying to get a Nerd Rage ever since like Fallout came out for my book Tribal, and I still don't have one.
I do like it.
Slothy has the last one.
Unless you want to take it.
No, go ahead.
We've got Supportive Parent. 2 and a green for a human citizen. It's a 3/3. Tap 2 untapped creatures you control to add 1 mana of any color.
Yeah.
I'm really hoping this is not an expensive card when the set comes out.
Yeah.
So, because I had a bunch of cards from the set in this deck, and then I saw like the estimated price. I'm like, nope, you're going away.
Why is my deck all of a sudden $400?
Yeah, pretty much. I'm like, I don't need this $18 card. Why is this one $6? Oh,
This one, the Spider-Man one?
yeah. So there's a bunch of cards like in the set where like you're just like, oh my god, this card is so good. I want to throw it in, and then you look at it and it's like, oh, like why is it this much? No, so one of them, let me see. So one of them I had in here before is called Hide on the Ceiling. Okay, so Hide on the Ceiling is an X and a blue. It's an instant. Exile X target artifacts and or creatures. Return the exile cards to the battlefield under their owner's control at the beginning of the next end step. Great card. It seems like it's really fun. I'm like, hey, let's throw it in. It shouldn't be that expensive of a rare. I look at it, it's like, and it shows the prints, Spider-Man number 32 for it, blah, 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 on like Scryfall. USD 2280.
Fun. Probably just because
Okay,
it
I'm
hadn't released
removing
yet.
you.
Yeah. No, I think you built a very cool deck here with this. Like again, the price is not horrible at $163. A lot of this is stuff we've got kicking around, you know,
Yeah.
and again, you could really budget it down easy if you wanted to build a similar kind of deck to this. There are some higher price cards that you can switch out and easily get it. Like the Noble Hierarch is one of the more pricey cards on the list. What else was there? Guardian Project, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, Guardian Project is like $13-14. That's like the low end of Guardian Project. The high end is going to be around $20. So,
Yeah.
but everything else, like those are the two most expensive cards. Everything else you can basically like find and throw in because you might have, or like you have it in a commander deck. The hardest card to find in here is probably going to be the Ardent Angel,
Mm-hmm.
just because there's like, according to Architect, there are two printings. One's the Secret Lair, and the other one's like a Japanese.
I kind of want the Sega Dreamcast one.
So
yeah, no, but that's like I said, you could bring it down pretty easy to $100 deck, right?
Yeah.
But no, I think this is very fun. I really like the you almost forget about the web slinging in the deck, right? Because it's fun. You've got like a lot of ways to get around it, and you can still have this fun theme of like throwing out these cool creatures, but you're kind of being a little silly with your stuff too. You're being like, I'm trying to roll dice. I'm trying to group hug adjacent to a bunch of cards, right? I'm
Yeah.
I know this is odd to hear from me, but also you could really throw in like the Pongify and those kind of cards just to, if you wanted to replace and still be on that theme. Those are really, what's the other one, Slothy? Pongify and what?
Rapid hybridization.
Okay.
Hybridization.
Yeah, I never call them. It's turn to monkey and turn to lizard, right? It's
turn to monkey.
That's it. That's all I refer to them as. Give me the monkey card, and everyone's like, "What are you talking about?"
Like you can throw in that stuff. You can throw in things like gifts, stuff like that. Like you can do whatever you want. But like the purpose of this is just to show people once again, like we're not being serious. Well, the deck has power.
Again, this is a fun deck to. I would enjoy playing against this deck with my buddies. I'd be like, we're like playing like some mid, like kind of bracket 2, maybe bracket 3 kind of stuff. Nothing crazy, nothing powerful, but like we're just having fun. And I would have fun playing with this. Like I would be in it. I'd be sitting there rooting for you alongside you to be like, come on, 6.
Yeah, it's fun because of that, right? It's interactive in a different way, right? I'm not politicking. I'm not just like interacting where like I remove something and you get something back and everything. The whole table is like, okay, will you make this roll or not? How well will it do? Do we have to worry about you, or are you just going to be like, meh, don't care, right? It's everyone's kind of like paying attention, and that's like a big problem with Magic these days. Is that decks are getting so complicated, and there's so many steps. People are taking their turns and it's going on and on and on, that the rest of the table just starts going on their phones.
Yep.
Right. This tries to keep everyone engaged at the same time, because you're rolling dice and be like, okay, guys, like I might get this, I might not get that. Like I'm trying to like move towards more extreme casual in a sense, like not like super where like everything's janky, but like I want to have everyone kind of pay attention on my turn. Like I'm going to try to be a diva here, and you guys have to focus on me. Put away your phones, and like see what happens, right?
Yeah.
So this is one way of doing it.
Yeah, again, like I said, it's a fun, and it does really have a lot of chance to be explosive because of how fast you can cheat some of these big creatures out with your low cost like ramp in the beginning. It would make this like pretty fun to play against. And then again, I'm scared. I hold everything back all the time. I'm just being silly. So like I would like drop out a chroma and just be like, pass, see what's up.
Yeah.
No, I think this is a very, very cool deck. I got no other comments to say, Slothy.
No, you kind of said it all. I am a huge fan of this. I really like the kind of floor ceiling mix you've got in here, where it could be really, really devastating, really, really awesome, or it could just not because of the variance. I really like the dice rolling cards that you included. I think you, like you said, kind of included the best ones in these colors. I think it's all around very, very well built, and I'm excited to play against it.
I will say, scrolling through this, I did see the last land on the list of Vibrant Cityscape is a new Terramorphic land, Terramorphic Expanse kind of thing.
Oh, yeah.
Evolving Wilds. I'm going to go buy 150 of these. Yeah. It's the amount that I use like Terramorphic and Evolving is really, really up there. And that's another one is pretty great. But yeah.
Oh, yeah. Like, and you'll use them all because you have like 300 decks, so you might as well.
300? Are you nuts? I have almost 1,100. I have a problem, Sherman. I have, I think I've built over 300 this year, and I have been not building for the last month, minus the citizen decks. Yeah, I've got a lot of. I got a problem. I've got too many decks. I gotta eventually take some 300. Come on, Sherman.
Yeah, I have like I'm taking apart like 8 decks right now, and I'm rebuilding like a bunch of things. So
I would like to do that. I'd like to spend some time. I'm hoping soon that I've got lots of time to do that kind of stuff. So, but that is other news. I will say that where I'm going to buy those cards, bam, I'm going to go over to housecards.ca, promo code IT99 to get them. Again, nice quick shipping, but I do want to say thanks to everyone who gets through these. Tell us what you would like put in a deck like this. Would you go more legendaries? Would you go more silly theme? Like how do you go about this? Because I love these concept decks that Sherman keeps building. I think they're really, really fun. So yeah, definitely let me know like kind of where you would be on what you'd put in this. Thank you guys for getting through the episode. Like, share, subscribe. It really does help us out. We can do more. We can see more. Come over to Patreon. Just build decks with us, chat with us. We got great, wonderful patrons. Thank you to everyone who does support us over there. It's the easiest way to directly support us. So thank you to everyone who does. And yeah, again, I just like AI armor sleeves. I got to get a big shipment from them again soon, so I got to go nag them. But they're pretty wonderful. I got to order a bunch of them again. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I love the deck. I hope everyone's got a good week, and I let the music roll.
all right, laters.
Bye-bye.